And then I know like there's your own but then we don't have to.
Would they have to?
So this is a North.
Like categorize what issues or what things go in each department. So I guess
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I thought that was very good. Picking up, I have contact, but I
We have finals again.
yeah.
Well, maybe the
Hallelujah. Thank the Lord.
yeah, well,
Will it to existence. You're gonna win that next one. I wanna win more fire. Yes. Fire.
It is good to be the buyer, like, I'm making an offer and they come back, like, never mind, we're moving on. And they're like, wait. I'm like, can't be.
Oh, I love it. Listening agents are just like.
Yeah.
Because I want to tell you all a story. So, about 30 years ago, I was in my office. I was in Lennox Square in an office there for Harry Norman, and the receptionist calls me. She says, "Can you come downstairs?" And I'm like, "Right now." She says, "Oh yeah, come down right now." I walk downstairs. There were two policemen standing in front of the desk. And they said, "Are you Jen Osborne?" I said, "I am." They said, "We've come to arrest you for March of Dimes." Scared me to death. I thought I'd not pay that kind of ticket, but see, the police here now, who's not come to arrest me? Welcome, good to have you with us. Exactly. All right, guys. So, what fascinates you? Look at your neighbor and tell them what fascinates you. Now, what does the word fascinate mean, by the way?
Interest.
Huh?
Interest.
Interest you. Is that a good word? What's another word for fascinates? Keeps your attention. Is that right, Jeff? Keeps your attention. Okay, all right. So look at them and tell them what really fascinates you, that makes you smile. How about that?
Talking.
All right, who will share a couple of things that fascinated your friend or fascinate you? Who would share? Christy, what fascinates you?
Oh, me? Oh, I would tell everybody else's
Well,
stuff.
you can tell
Right,
everybody
it's more
else.
interesting than my own. For me, I would say my grandpa always said learn one new thing every day. It could be little, it could be big, but just, always come from inquiry. And so that's always something new.
Yeah. Who else would share? Jim, what fascinates you?
Hey, Jim,
Yeah.
it's Hunter.
Hey, Hunter.
Can you hear me?
I hear you, yes.
No.
Okay, perfect. I'm sorry I couldn't be there today, but I thought the game this past weekend was pretty fascinating, huh?
You mean because you lost?
No, no, no. I just wanted to tune in and give everybody with love a big roll tide, and I wish I was there today.
All right, you can mute him now, Kimberly.
You don't fascinate me anymore.
You should not talk about religion, politics, or football. In that order, too. All right, thanks, Hunter. Anybody else want to share what fascinates them? Paige.
I think that a lot of people were on the high holiday this past week of fall break, and a lot of folks were at the beach. I saw some people at the beach. And just sitting in the sand and watching what my higher power brings in and out, just the tide and the sand that rolls out and the sun that rises. I mean, it just all together just envelops you into something that's, you have to know that there's a power greater than yourself if you sit and you watch that and you see that tide roll in and the sand roll out and the sun come up. It's just the most powerful thing I've ever seen.
From everlasting to everlasting.
From everlasting to everlasting.
Which is good, guys. We're just gonna stop on that. That's great. Unless someone has something they want to, that Bernie to tell us about, what they're fascinated with.
Now I wanna go.
Yeah.
I'm still fascinated that a plane takes off and lands with 5 people on there, and all that buggies, they would get the plane and get back. That's so fascinating. All right, guys, let us move on. Roker Open House. Stephanie Venable is having an open house today, the 30th, from 12 to 1. Charcuterie, refreshments, I can even say that word, which fascinates me. It's almost 6,000 square, 5,500 square foot house, and it is at, what does it say, 608 Tabby Stone Street, Marietta, Georgia, 300. Please go by and see her and enjoy her charcuterie board and her beautiful home. I'm sure that she'll love having you all there. Today is going on today. $50 gift cards too. All right, Y4C2Ts. Who am I gonna ask this morning? What's your favorite, Suze, what is your favorite Y4C2Ts?
For me, it's always teamwork, because I can't do my job by myself. I need a home inspector, I need a closing attorney, I need a lender, I need the other agent. So that's what I constantly remind myself is I'm not doing it by myself. I gotta have a team, and we all have to work together.
I love the one teamwork. That's the great one, because once you alienate someone from your team, it rarely serves your purpose well, does it? Even though you may be 100% right in calling them an idiot, because they're being an idiot, it rarely helps you. So I love the word teamwork. Thank you for sharing that one with us. All right, partners. I understand that Reed's on the way.
Yes, good morning, everyone. I'm Danielle with Silverton Mortgage. Reed is on his way. He is stuck in traffic. He might walk in any minute now, but we have our condo class on Friday. Please join us. We don't have very many RSVPs, so we would love to see more participation. So if you can make it, a lot of good information here.
So what do you think they're gonna learn at this class? Why should they come to this class? What do you think, Danielle?
Just there's little gotchas with condos. They're good to know, like have a loan, how it works, FHA spot approvals, for example.
Hello?
What was that?
Are you there?
I got a mistake.
Okay, anyway, so the guy, this will, I mean, when you get that kind of meeting and you think you know what to do, this will help you understand the guy. And is C credit?
Yes, correct, and I think Chris from our condo desk is gonna be joining in again as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he works directly with our condo desk, and last year we had a huge turnout on this, and it was a lot of informative information.
Right, so Timmy, who is this that's gonna join us?
Chris, with our condo desk for Silverton,
Okay.
yeah,
what does he
I think
do?
he's gonna join on and speak and give a little insight on what he sees on his side as well.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's great. So give me that. This is worth coming to. I will be there. So please come to that. And again, Friday at 11 o'clock does include lunch.
Yes,
It's also
yes.
They're
helpful
gonna
when you're
feed you
testing the
also.
condos. It was very
Anyway,
helpful.
let's finish real quick before Reed gets up here.
So I know everyone's always wanting to know the interest rate. Today we're at 6.25%. Nice. Yes.
All right, guys. And do you see it going up or down next week, or do you have no clue?
Reed might have some better insight. Reed?
What was the question?
Depends on Friday.
Do I see it going up or down?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good. Anything else? All right, Reed, anything to add before we go?
I don't, Dave, I'm thankful for those two. They're the best.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Please come on Friday, guys.
10:31 exchange.
Oh, talk about this one. Talk about this one.
This is gonna be good, guys. Next Wednesday, we brought in a lady from the same 1031, custodian, we'll say, that did one for me. So she's coming to teach this class. 1031 exchanges are a great way for if you're selling an investment property to avoid paying the taxes on the gain. It rolls it into the next property. You know, if you're buying a like-kind property and things like that. Very good if you deal with investors at all, or if you're gonna acquire a rental property in the future, so you guys can come.
Can I give a plug to this? Cause I just wanna give a personal example. It was like a SHIT moment. For those that have never done one, I'm serious. Don't just think investors like you think of it. One of my clients who I'd sold multiple residential homes for calls me one day and he goes, "Hey Eric, I have a property, it's a rental, I need to sell it, and I wanna use 1031 exchange to get another one." And I was like, I didn't know anything about it at the time. So I went and took a CE class online to teach myself what it was so I could get up to speed. Now I started asking questions, which you can do, but you don't wanna be caught in that moment. And now this is probably my best client ever, referral client. I'm helping them with multiple, so it's good material, so make sure you know it. Even if you don't think you do right now, it's a good opportunity to learn.
Who wants to grow wealth in here? Everybody thinks should go up, okay? If you wanna grow wealth, you have to know this. That's one of the basics of growing wealth, because you have to understand this, because you may be in a place where you can do this and that. This is where you need to show up, is if you want to grow wealth, understanding this and how this thing works. You never know. If you don't know about it, then that's the problem.
Are either of these gonna be available via Zoom, because I've gotta be out of town for both, and I'm very
No.
interested.
Neither one,
Not the CE, I'm not sure if that can work. Maybe the lunch and learn, I
you can
will,
try.
yeah, I'll let you know.
I don't need credits for the CE, we just would love to.
Just hop on, okay.
All right, guys, another great one that Sylvia bringing to us, guys, so thank you guys for bringing it to us. And please put it on the calendar. Thomas and Brown, I don't see Thomas or Brown here. I think they're down closing stuff, which is great. Insiders, how can we help you today? Upcoming events, the Till Death Do Us Part on the 9th of October. Come learn about that and what Cheryl's going to teach us. That's coming up on the 9th of October. Welcome Cobb County Code Enforcement. Come on up here. We're glad to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, come on, you did the introduction. Come on, yeah, come on.
No, you're good. Marlon and I attended a class called the Cobb Citizens Academy, Cobb 101, and it was amazing. You learn all the different aspects of Cobb County, from your government to your courts to your tax assessor's office. And we thought this would be a great thing for everybody to kind of hear more about, but this is code enforcement. So this is Michael Allman, and he is with the Code Enforcement Department for Cobb County. So when you're talking about your signs, your neighbors who have tall grass, cars that are up on the grass parked in somebody's, side yard, he's been talking about all that. So thank you so much for coming, we appreciate it. And sign up for citizens.
Thank you for having me. And as Christy said, I'm Michael Allman. I've been with the county for about 4 years now. And happy to be here. I think these conversations and times that we can meet together are very helpful and important. And at the end of this time, I just hope that everyone feels a little bit more confident in what code enforcement can do. And my contact info is up here. If you ever need anything or have any questions, feel free to call or shoot me an email. Sometimes, even being in code and exclusively dealing with code, there's still new things that pop up or different nuances to a certain case that it just can be a little bit confusing. So even though we go over stuff, there will be something I miss or something unique could come up down the road as you're interacting with clients and dealing with various properties or those properties' neighbors. So feel free to ask any questions at any point. I'm just going to go over some of the common code violations. There's a little pamphlet with similar information, but a little bit more in the pamphlet. But any questions you have about anything, please feel free to ask. So, kind of an obvious one is grass and weeds, which in Cobb County, 12 inches or taller is considered a violation. Now, I put some additional info on there. It's a lot to just try and read off the slide, so I'll summarize. But properties that are 40,000 square feet or larger are exempt from the grass ordinance. So maybe you'll run across that. For the most part, we can deal with grass that's too tall. So usually it's a violation. There are just some exceptions where if it's 2 acres or more, then they're exempt from the ordinance, but they still have to keep it cut 75 feet. If there's a building on the property that's within 75 feet of the right of way, they have to keep the grass cut up to that building. So there's little nuances to it, but for the most part, yes, it is a violation if someone's yard is they're just not cutting it. There's also an exemption for what the code calls natural areas. So I picked this picture to try, it's not the best, but the lawn area is to the right of the driveway and then down towards the street, but then there's what would be considered a natural area or this planted area in the middle. It's kind of hard to tell, you know, for the most part, if someone has landscaped their yard where there's lawn and then there's wood chips and different plants, you know, that part would be considered exempt. But just in general, if their grass is growing up and they're not cutting it, it's a violation. Give us a call and we'll come out and address it.
What about vacant,
Vacant properties, yes, those it can be a little bit easier for us to come in, that's pretty much the one thing that the county can actually come in and correct. You know, anything else, we can't come in and, if there's junk all over the property, we can't come in and remove the property, we don't have that authority. But if there is a vacant property with grass that's left unkempt, we can submit for a contractor cut, where a lien is then placed on the property, as payment for the grass getting cut. So this is a backyard, you know, obviously that person has just let their weeds grow crazily. It should be maintained, but they're not maintaining it. So if it's occupied, we would have to hold the owner responsible, but if it's a vacant property, we can come in and have a contractor cut it. But anything that's a question, or you're like, I don't know if this is a natural area or not, just, you can call or put in a complaint and I'll show you how to do that. But just put it in and then an officer can go out and look at it and determine if it is valid.
When you say hold the owner responsible,
Yes.
do you all assess a fine? Okay, you do.
Correct, we would issue a citation, which carries a fine and or a court appearance. It becomes a criminal proceeding after we issue a citation.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
if property was sold as a tax lien, as much as I know, nobody can touch it, even cut grass during the first 12 months. What is the rule applied to that situation?
I don't know, I don't have the specifics with, you're saying when a property, like if it's in probate court or things like that, no one's supposed to touch it, right?
No, tax lien, when
Oh,
it's,
okay,
when it's sold on court steps or whatever,
yeah,
nobody can touch it for first 12 months.
right. We try to work with the property and whatever situation is going on. There are certain instances where legally no one's supposed to touch a property. I can get more clarification on that, but generally, if someone can't touch a property, okay, we're not gonna, if someone's legally not able to go touch something, we're not gonna give them a citation for that. But usually with the grass, someone can just go cut it and, but I'm not gonna say that, I'm not gonna say, you know, tell people to do that, because if there is something legally in place, then we'll give a little bit more leeway. That helps. Another common one is junk or inoperable vehicles.
Yes.
In Cobb, if a vehicle is not in the garage, it has to be operable and currently tagged. So there's a lot that could make it inoperable. Some stuff doesn't make it inoperable. Obviously, with this photo, if there's not a wheel on the vehicle, it's not operable, you're not driving it. So it can't just sit in the garage, or excuse me, it can't sit on the driveway. Or similarly, if it doesn't have current tags, then that's a violation, so that one's pretty common. But again, if it's in the garage, fully enclosed, then the county says, okay, that's good, but if it's out in the driveway, it has to be operable and currently tagged. This is an example, it's hard to tell in the picture, but it has expired tags, and then the condition of the vehicle would lead you to believe that it's also inoperable with how dirty it is and that it just doesn't get moved.
If it's in like an HOA, like a condo complex, do you have authority over that, or that has to be, like, not gated, so it's public
Right.
streets?
If it's on a public road, code enforcement can address it, whether it's inoperable or parked improperly in some way. It would have to be the police that address a violation of the public road, but if it's in a subdivision with an HOA or a condominium, if it's on the driveway, we can address it, but on the public road, we can't touch it. So yeah, pretty easy to see if you're working at a property and the neighbor has vehicles that, even if it's just expired tags, let us know, we'll come and address it, but obviously then if it's even more than that and they're inoperable, we'll come address that as well. Christy has mentioned parking in the grass, that's one in Cobb County. You cannot park on what they call an unapproved surface. So in most cases, it's the driveway. The code says it has to be a hardened, treated surface. So just gravel in Cobb County is not considered an approved parking surface. It has to be mixed with a hardening agent like concrete or asphalt. So if you see a parking space that's just gravel, that is a violation. Anything grass, dirt, is gonna be something that we can address. Pavers are also an acceptable alternative, so long as they can support the weight of the vehicle and that they're connected to the existing driveway. A lot of times we run into where people have put like 4 pavers for each tire out somewhere in the yard, like, okay, we're good. Well, no, you can't travel over an unapproved surface to get to an approved surface. This picture here is an example of someone who tried to comply and they got close, but the front part is all gravel, and it's not seen in the picture, but behind that is the existing driveway. So in this example, to make it an approved parking surface, the pavers would have to extend all the way to the existing driveway. And then this is something that we hand out whenever we get one of these complaints for acceptable alternatives to the parking standards ordinance. Yes.
If we call y'all
Yes.
and mention a code violation, does the neighbor have to know that we were the ones that called?
No. The county does allow.
Yay!
Yes.
Let's give my hand, guys, all right, yay! That was the question I wanted
There
to
is
ask.
anonymous reporting. I will say, if you submit a complaint online,
Use your fake email.
you can say, I wanna be anonymous, and we won't, when we go in and put a complaint in the system, we won't add any information. However, IS has a way of tracking all that, and ultimately, if the person really, really wanted to get it, they potentially could, but I just say that just so you know, but in general, you can if you call, you can just make a complaint and it can be anonymous, yes.
I don't know, you may have covered it. What are the rules with chickens and goats?
That I do not have on the slide, so great reminder. there's an ordinance in Cobb County called backyard chickens, which restricts the amount of chickens based on the square footage of the entire property. The code says you have to have 5,000 square feet of space per chicken. So, yes,
5,000 square
per
feet
hen,
for the chicken?
yes. 5,000 square feet of
So it's
space.
8 chickens per acre-ish.
Right,
What'd you say?
Thank
But
you.
what about the house?
8 chickens per acre.
Chickens per acre.
So you have half acre, so
I see
you
what-
have half chicken.
and
You have 45 to an acre.
Two-legged.
it doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have, you don't have to have an acre. But if you have half an acre, can you have 4 chickens?
Half an acre is
What's the
20,000
minimum
square
acreage that you can have on it? You can have
5,000. So
5,000.
the least amount of space you would have to have one hen is 5,000 square feet.
Outside.
Yes, the property square footage, not of the home, but of
The actual
the
property
actual property, yes.
with the house in it.
Basically 200 by 200.
So, yeah, an acre is roughly 20,000 square feet, so in that case, you could have 4 hens. 40, sorry, 40, right. So divide by 5,000, that's your number of hens you can have. No roosters in Cobb County.
Oh, yeah, that might be restricted.
I wonder how much.
Oh, really? Because my
You want- yeah. Wake them up. A part of that though, once you get 2 acres and more, the backyard chicken ordinance no longer applies. So at that point, you're allowed to have livestock when a property is 2 acres or more. So then there's not, the county doesn't have restrictions as of today, regarding properties 2 acres and above, and having livestock. There's still certain conditions, but they're pretty free to have livestock when you have 2 acres or more.
By the way, goat rentals are acceptable. I've done that before and that was fun.
To cut
grass.
vegetation.
But how much land do you
Weeds.
have to have for that, for the goat rentals?
Oh, I'm not sure.
You can have on any lot.
Eric knows the guy.
I know.
That's something where
Where-
a company or a farm or whoever.
I know what it is, but I didn't know if there was some restriction.
No.
No.
Not nice, I mean, so long as it was something where they came in, ate and gone and left, you know,
Okay, it's all good.
okay, but goats would fall under livestock for a residential property, 2 acres or less. So if they were if someone had a goat at a regular residential home, that would be a violation. Did I cover any other questions about livestock or chickens?
If it comes in the house, is it a pet? Like a pig?
People have tried, people have gone to court over their emotional support, what was it? I can't think of it now. It was either a goat or a llama. Yeah, I can't remember. Someone was fighting very hard in court to be able to do that.
So can the, are the chickens specifically set as egg layers or meat production?
Egg layers.
Egg layers
a
only
part-
on meat production.
Right, a part of the backyard chicken ordinance is that you can't slaughter the hens at the residential property. They have to be in a fenced-in backyard. If there's a coop, the coop has to be 25 feet from the side and rear property lines. So it has to be placed behind the primary structure and either in front or the side. And there's some other requirements, but yes, only for egg production. Thank you for those questions. I need to add that to our common one because it's a lot more comments
I
today.
agree,
It is a lot. Outside storage, it's a big one.
I got my house.
Outside storage, there's an ordinance called outside storage that says only lawn furniture and firewood can be stored outside in Cobb County. So this was a case where they had a little bit more than lawn furniture or firewood and with a good bit of litter mixed in there as well. But Cobb is quite strict, and when they say lawn furniture and firewood, they mean lawn furniture and firewood. So are we gonna nitpick about a grill? No, but if you're seeing even an excessive amount, or kids' toys, you know, sometimes a property is just riddled with toy cars and little playhouse, you know, that's considered outside storage as well. Third question.
What about trash cans? Are they not supposed to be visible from the street?
Correct.
They can be visible, for Cobb County code, this might be different in certain HOAs, but for code, they just can't, it doesn't say anything about them not being visible from the street, they just can't be left on the county right of way past trash collection there. So the ordinance says that 6 p.m. the day before trash collection day, people can roll their containers to the curb, but then by 11:59 p.m. of their specific trash day, they're supposed to pull them back at least off the county right of way. So we can't require them to put it by the garage or tucked by the side of the home. We can only require that it be moved past the county.
So what happened in a situation like this? Pretend it's like this. So we call, or I guess we call,
Yes, ma'am.
we call.
Call or email, or
Call
somebody
or
can play
email.
online.
Then what happens? Give us like a little bit of the process, how long does it take, and what
Sure.
is it, first violation, second violation, third violation?
Sure, good question. So, we have 5 business days to get out to an initial complaint. At which point we issue a notice of violation, so a written warning. For most of the ordinances in Cobb, there's some exceptions, but for most, we have to allow 10 business days for the property to come into compliance, so 2 weeks with the weekends. So we go out and issue our notice of violation, and it says right on there the timeframe that they have, and the codes that they're in violation of. And then we don't go back until the 10 days have passed, at which point it's officer discretion as to maybe there's been some progress, and then they might be more inclined to give them a little bit more time to get whatever it is corrected. But ultimately, if nothing is done, we don't have any contact with a property owner or tenant, and it's just sitting there, we can issue a citation. So then each citation carries a monetary fine, and a court appearance. And then if after a citation is issued, it's still not corrected, we can then go out and issue another citation with a higher fine amount and another court date, and it just keeps going up until they come into compliance. Our cases remain open until the property is in compliance. Yes, sir.
Is there a way to escalate a concern, to make it quicker? I mean, sometimes we get calls from sellers, let's say the property right next door to that one,
Yep, that's the part.
and they wanna get their home on the market in 2 weeks.
There's not an expedited process. We'll take into account if say first complaint, first time we've been to the property, we have to issue the notice, follow that procedure. But once a property has been warned, they're considered to have been warned and to know whatever code they were put on violation for. So if it were a property that a repeat offender, we could just go and go straight to citations, we wouldn't have to have a waiting period. Usually, we try to work with individuals, but usually the hard part is if the property owner or the tenant doesn't make contact with us or doesn't answer the door, there's not a lot we can do. We have authority written into the code to issue citations, but our route of actually getting someone cited is to go to the door and hopefully someone answers and we can have a conversation and physically give it to them. That's the most effective. Because then hopefully we can get some identifiers And then if they were not to pay the fine or not to show up to court, then we have a little bit more teeth, because then the court can issue a bench warrant for their arrest. But where we run into issues or things sit is when they ignore us. And
Right.
no one comes to the door, no one returns our phone calls. We can resort to mailing citations, but we can't issue a warrant off of something that was mailed, because we never had positive contact. But we can resort to mailing citation, which in certain cases that works, and people will then respond and start a dialogue and start working towards resolution.
The citation is a lien on the house or just,
No.
just like a ticket, per
Right.
se?
Right, like it's.
Oh, so why would they care even?
Yeah.
Sometimes that's how
They
people
don't
treat
care.
it. Hopefully, you know, the idea is that after the first one, it starts piling up, and then if they don't pay them, they could end up getting arrested or a bench warrant. So it could end up,
But how long does all that typically take?
it
Sounds like it
varies,
takes a
it
bit.
can take some time, yeah. It can take some time, cause usually the court date will, or the court will give them one opportunity. If they don't show up, their next court date is scheduled for a month later,
Right.
and then we can come out there again after that court date, so it can take some time.
Well, let's let him go through his presentation and just hold your questions for a minute, unless there are any questions for you.
Yes, great questions, thank you.
You're welcome.
This is outside storage and some litter mixed in there. But litter, pretty obvious, any trash, like trash that's not contained within a trash receptacle is considered litter, as well as, yard waste, tree debris. If someone cuts down a tree and then they just leave a bunch of debris there, that would be considered litter. One little side note again, to that one is we can't regulate natural happenings, like if a tree were to fall over, there isn't anything in the code that says the property owner has to remove it, or if you have a property and next door is a really old looking tree or a dead tree, there is not currently a code that gives us the authority to tell that property owner that they have to remove it or cut it down. Yes.
What about the outside storage tents, like the kits that you can buy online?
Sure.
Talk about, are those allowed or not allowed, or?
They
how
are,
do you
they'd be
look at
considered
that?
an accessory structure,
Accessory structure.
which then they have to meet the setback requirements and be placed behind the primary home, the back line of the homes.
Okay, so but they could have 3 or 4, however many they wanted, as long as they had them up and the space was there? Okay.
What are the setback
Yep.
requirements?
I'm sorry?
What are the setback requirements?
It varies depending on the size of the structure and what the property is zoned, but typically, any structure 144 square feet or smaller has to be at least 5 feet from the side and the rear property line. As the structure gets bigger, the requirements get further, it has to be further away. This was yard waste or tree debris is also considered litter. So a couple examples of someone who cut down a tree and just left it. That's something we can address. This is just more extreme examples of outside storage and litter. Usually it's not this bad, but sometimes it gets that way. So give us a call. Hopefully we can get to it before it gets that bad. Single family dwelling, this one is a little bit confusing, but it restricts the amount of adults and vehicles that can be on a property based on the square footage of the home. So before we were talking about chickens, that's the square footage of the entire property, the land. But now we're just talking about the square footage of the home itself. So in Cobb, they say that each adult, each vehicle has to have 390 square feet of space. So when we get complaints, or if you see a property that has a lot of vehicles, and it looks a little unusual, let us know, that's something we can address. You divide 390 by whatever the square footage of the home is, and that's your amount of adults and vehicles that can be at the property. It further restricts to saying that it restricts the relation of the adults that can be at the home. single family home, it's supposed to be one family and up to a maximum of one unrelated adult. If it's a rental property, that means you can have a maximum of two unrelated adults living at the property. With this one, usually it takes the form of, hey, they have X amount of vehicles at the property, you know, is there anything you can do? So the code, that bottom point, it says that no more than 4 of the allowed vehicles, so say a property is allowed to have 6 vehicles based on the square footage, 4 of which can be parked outside of the garage or carport. That's usually where we can get people, so to speak, or prove that they are in violation of the ordinance. Otherwise, it can be difficult because our only other course is we have a form in which people can fill out who's living there, the adults and the relationship to one another, but we can't require that. That's intrusive as it is. So I understand that most people don't want to fill that out. But the next step is to figure out what's going on based on the amount of vehicles that are regularly parked outside of the garage or carport. Yes.
Does that also include vehicles that they're parking on the street in front of their house and other people's homes?
It would. So the code does specify that when we're trying to figure out the amount, we would count vehicles parked on the road adjacent to the property in question. Yes, so if it's overflowing, they don't have enough room in their driveway and they're parking on the street, that is an issue that we can address.
And is a flatbed trailer considered a vehicle, or does it have to be something self-propelled? A trailer would, in terms of the count for a single family dwelling, it's not included as a vehicle. But it also can't be parked on an approved surface. So it's technically a vehicle, but it's not something drivable that someone would be using to indicate that an additional person is living there. Another common one, sorry, these ones are hard to have pictures of or easily, there's lots going on here. This is in the code online, so I won't just stand here and read you a slide, but customary home occupation restricts the business activity that can happen at a residential property. So the main things, you can't have any business-related materials stored outside. You can't have signage or evidence of your business being there, like a sign saying, whatever business is here, you know. You can't have business materials, I said that, but like, say someone is like a car dealer. They can't bring their cars there to sell from the home. You can't have clients or customers coming to the home or employees. So you couldn't have vehicles that you're bringing to a residential home and trying to sell from home, something like that. And you can only have one business vehicle that parks regularly at a residential property. So someone can't use their home as their vehicle storage lot for whatever business they have. Those are the main things. Any questions about this?
So if someone works for a contractor, you know, and the truck they drive every day to work, you know, has the contractor information on it, and they park it at their house, is that okay?
That is okay.
Good.
That'd be the one business vehicle. It's marked, you know, that's fine.
Okay.
So does it depends on the zoning of the property?
These are for residentially zoned properties.
Let's say it is A1, agricultural.
I'd say it's what?
Agricultural?
If it's agricultural, I don't know them off the top of my head, but there would be different requirements, or if it's general commercial, they are allowed to do different things. But specifically, thank you for making that point, specifically on a residential property, there are restrictions on the type of business activity that can happen at the home. But for general commercial or other zones, things are different. So in this example, you've got 2 dump trucks, one that's
that's not a daily driver. Whether there's a business vehicle, a business marking on it or not, they've got the pest solutions truck there. And the code further explains that any business vehicle that is parked at a residential property has to have a gross vehicle weight rating, 12,500 or less. So if you see a big tow truck or a dump truck or just a semi-cab parked in someone's driveway, that's a violation, because those vehicles are, even if it's just the semi-cab and it may not be over 12,500 pounds by itself, it's rated to carry more and to have the trailer on its hooked up to it. So the gross vehicle weight rating is the thing we're concerned with, which includes the amount that a vehicle is rated to carry or tow. So you can have the work, like your example, the work truck come in, it's a pickup truck, no big deal. But when you get into something that's bigger, then it can become a problem, again, for residentially zoned properties.
What about that camper, what are the restrictions on campers?
Campers are okay, but it would just have to meet the parking standards ordinance and be parked on the driveway. So a property can store their camper on the residential lot, can't live in it in the driveway, but it can be stored there so long as it's parked properly.
It's the same with boats as well?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Sorry, Jen, you removed your lot.
So this is gonna be the fun one. Signs prohibited. There's a whole list of A through R or something, about what kind of signs are prohibited in Cobb County. The big one for y'all is gonna be
Directionals.
signs in the public right of way. Just like directional signs to where an open house is. So in Cobb County, they say signs on the county right of way are prohibited. So any open house signs would need to be placed on private property and with permission of the property owner. But you just need to make sure, I know this is the part that can get difficult and frustrating if there's certain teams or different people who are putting them out. But they do need to be placed on, they can't be placed on the county right of way, they have to be on private property. And I didn't think to do this before, but there is a resource you can use, through Cobb County has an aerial map that shows property lines, which I can pull up or send to Christy or somebody to distribute. But that is a helpful tool to see, okay, I know I have this open house coming up here, I know I want some signs here at this intersection or some visibility here. You can look on the GIS map, see exactly where the county right of way is, so you know where not to put it, and whose property you might be able to maximize by putting it there to still have the visibility.
Do a lot of intersections still have that concrete RW, or are those an old thing that are not put out anymore?
For the most part, I think they still do.
What does that mean?
They had that, the concrete little post that's about this tall, and they'll have an R/W, and that kind of lets you know how far back the right of way is on a lot of big intersections.
Yeah.
But I didn't know if new streets were still putting those up.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure on that, how many that are still there, but sometimes at intersections, there are little markers where the county right of way ends. Yes.
What about, around like stop signs or fire hydrants, are there any rules?
Those are probably in the county right of way. If it's by a stop sign or fire hydrant, it's probably already, that is
If it's in
probably.
a subdivision, if the stop sign's in a subdivision, that's county right away.
Potentially. Could be. That's where the map would be helpful. The county, generally, this isn't concrete, but generally, the county right of way extends 25 feet from the center of the road in both directions. Whether even in a subdivision, just a little streets, not a big intersection, you're still gonna have a chunk of space that is considered county right of way.
Well, that's pretty much, this is a general recommendation, the rule throughout the whole metro line. no matter where you go, you see illegal equipment right away, pretty much everywhere, is that pretty much true?
Pretty-
Yeah. almost everywhere.
It's similar in other counties, yes.
Isn't there a time restriction to, like, if you're putting a sign out with information for Saturday, you can't put it out before Thursday, or is it
24 hours?
There's not anything in the code, it's just if it's in the right of way, it's considered a violation. Now, you know, there are certain, when it comes to like a yard sale, there's certain requirements, and they can only have them up for, they can only have 3 in a calendar year, but they still have to place, they're still supposed to be putting the signs on private property. So this one, it can get a little bit iffy, but what we see a lot, now we have, our officers go out on Fridays and collect any signs that they find in the right of way. And then they're taken to the dump.
And what time would that be that they go out on?
When do they come back in so they're done?
We can spend some time.
We just wanna know the
And yes.
time that they go out.
Just curious.
It's all day,
Just curious.
they're out all day on
And do
Fridays.
they work after 6?
So we're not working on the weekends,
Okay, thank
um, just, you know, obviously in my role, I would say, make sure you're putting them on private property. Are we out on Saturday and Sunday? No,
No.
so, there you go.
Whatever you wanna do.
But the process can be the same where if we can get a company representative or someone, you know, with some of these, it's very difficult. So again, if you're seeing signs, no matter what they are, in the county right away, you can let us know.
No.
Cause they're everywhere.
Is there ever a fine for agents that put signs in one of those?
It could be that we would issue a standard notice of violation, like the one for litter or outside storage. And then at that point, we consider the company or business as being aware of the ordinance, so then therefore there could be a citation for any further signs placed in the right of way.
Why don't political signs have to follow these ordinances?
They do, we pull those too.
They did.
No.
Alright, well, we
Those,
can
if
do
people
that.
don't like it, people don't like it, man, they're out there. You pulling the other side too, it's like, no, we're pulling all of them. So, yeah, there's a stop sign one, that would be a violation.
is that?
It's page here,
You're infamous.
yeah,
It looks like you're
this
with.
is just a photo of one that I had.
It's Photoshop, it's not fake news, fake news.
Not trying to pick on anyone, this is just a photo that I had
Yes,
of a good
you are.
example.
So even out of the subdivision, you're gonna be a little firm on that? Usually we always thought kind of the front of the subdivision was still okay.
Yeah, even any spot it would
I
be,
think
So if we
everybody.
put in the landscaping front of the subdivision, you're okay, but stay away from the corners?
could be, it's so long as it's on the private property.
Check that out.
Would a corner
There's
without a stop sign be okay, like cross, like there's stop sign here, can you do it that way?
It would, I would say consult the map, it still could be in the county right away.
So that sign could be right where that red bush is, because that's the subdivision.
That's probably, the line is probably
That would be
somewhere
okay,
here.
because okay, all right, now we know.
In the subdivision.
But then the subdivision
Okay,
calls
location.
you and says,
Yeah,
what was No, it's tacky. I mean, that one was properly placed in a position where it wasn't interfering with anyone's landscaping, and it was 25 feet off the center line of Robinson Road.
But he just said it wasn't,
It was.
yeah, but
So-
then
Well, he just said
it wasn't, you just said.
So those, again, I'll send out the GIS map, but I think that'll help a lot. And at least
Yeah.
seeing, cause the stop signs are maintained by DOT, which means they have to be in the county right away. So usually, again, it's not hard and fast that it's 25 feet from the center of the roadway out, you know, expanding out each side. But generally, that's a general rule, but I think that website will help a lot. And I get that it's frustrating, I get that you're trying to get business and get people to know where these homes are. That's just the code we're working on.
And we can't get the signs back, right?
Oh, I was gonna ask.
No, they,
Dump.
the officers, they collaborate, put them in one truck and it goes right to the dumpster.
Where is that dumpster?
It's not the Cobb County.
You're pretty serious about
It's
this.
the Cobb County.
We can provide you something.
No, guys, this is.
It's on County Service Road.
It's on County Service, oh, I know exactly where it is.
But it's not like there's
Yeah.
no gonna go grab them back from, like Smyrna, you can go get them from the side of the dumpster where they pick them, but
Yeah.
theirs are already in the dump.
Those were the common ones that I had. Thank you for the questions and bringing up other ones. Are there any other ones?
What about the Cobb County regulation that's referred to as WEDS, weekend directional signs?
Weekend directional signs.
WEDS, W-E-D-S.
I just thought we could put
Are-
them after 6 and pick them up Sunday evening. Yeah.
I can look into that. I'm not sure. There's nothing in the code that there's an exemption for weekend directional signs. But I can see, that's the first time I've heard of that happening. I'll look into it. See if I can, if there is something, I'll let you know.
Christian, you said that should do this.
Beg your pardon?
If we get, what you call it, we said it should do this.
Oh, yeah, the GES. the-
GES mapper.
Yes,
If Cobb County is more restrictive, let's say than Smyrna where I live, can Cobb County enforce something, or as soon as you hit a city limit, Marietta, you cannot?
correct. If it's within the city limits, we have no jurisdiction, no authority to do or say anything.
But there's still little pockets of unincorporated Cobb that you could snag.
Yes.
So, just curious, we're talking about a property, and if the property's in Cobb County and litter or whatever, I understand. What if someone's, the property, the home, the building, the structure itself has issues? Broken windows, a support on a front porch is laying in the ground.
Sure.
Is that
Yes,
under?
yes, we can address exterior issues on the home. We don't go inside
Sure.
and aren't trained, on structural integrity or something. But if the siding is just atrocious and there's peeling paint, there's an ordinance called exterior building surface maintenance, which says that any exterior surface there can't be chipped or peeling paint. It has to be a material that's weather resistant. There can't be holes in the siding. There's a separate windows ordinance you can't have a broken window. There's a doors one, you can't have broken doors. So most of the exterior stuff we can require that they change.
This says Cobb does have a weekend directional sign ordinance, but we have to have a permit, and there's a lot of
Okay.
restrictions.
Gotcha. Okay. It's,
On the no more than 2 unrelated adults, is it true that as long as they're quiet, they don't have car issues, and the neighbors don't call it in, Cobb County tends to not pay as much attention, especially when you talk about KSU? It's tough when you've got 4 kids, 4 adults who wanna rent.
right. Some of the properties around KSU are zoned differently. This is for single family residential homes that this requirement applies. But, if we know about it, or if there's a complaint made about a property within unincorporated Cobb, we'll go and follow the same process. Some of the violations, we have to go there and see that there's a pile of junk in the yard to be like, okay, now you're getting a notice of violation for outside storage. Whereas if it's parking standards, they're parking on the grass, maybe they're doing it at night, or times where we're not necessarily gonna go there and see it. So in those situations, we'll still issue a notice of violation so that to make sure the property is aware. So in that case, in cases like the single family dwelling ordinance, if we get a complaint, we have to follow through, cause we could go there one day at one time and get a snapshot of that specific day and time, which might not show the whole picture. So if we're made aware, we'll go, even if someone is being quiet and respectful, if they are in violation of the residents, of the relationships, or, if it's 5 tenants, 5 renters, we would still have to follow the process. And there is an exception not an exception, but
there's something called a special land use permit that people can apply for, which is a process to go through the Board of Commissioners and potentially get approval to have X amount of people there, or my niece is living here, things like that. There are certain approvals.
Do you guys have, I'm sorry, go ahead. Do you guys have photos sent in via email that show the property at extreme with most people are parking at that time of day?
We can, so long as the person who submits the photos would be willing to testify in court to taking the photos. Then we could.
If
Yes,
someone's applying for that variance for four people, do they have to post a variance sign on their property? I mean, will
Yes.
the neighbors have a chance to know that?
Right. to go and express their approval or disapproval.
I live right next to it, so they destroyed our quality of life.
Oh, I see, I see. Yeah, those are granted on a 12 or 24-month basis. It's not just an approval and then they're gone, they're good for the rest of the time that they own the property. It's a limited time, and I rarely see the Board of Commissioners approve them, but
So if you have a complaint you're not sure about, what's the fastest way to find out about it is a violation one? Call you guys, I mean.
Yeah.
Call.
yeah, call,
So you just
call the
answer
number.
phone from like 9-1 to 5 in the afternoon?
Correct.
Gotcha.
Yes, sir.
So you just call, is this a violation? Gotcha.
Right.
I like
Yep.
it. All right, guys, what else you want to
Thank
say,
you.
man? Can we give them a hand, guys? Sure, okay. Hey, guys, don't forget our door decorating contest is still going on. My door is not gonna win. Thank you. Who's gonna win?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so guys, that's, judging this today. Okay, guys, learn the essentials, ASURE contracts. Guys, if you would like to take a class that is fantastic on understanding your contracts, this lady, her name is Nicole, now works for Ross Group, and she's gonna be coming here, and you can jump in one of these classes, and you can take it. I've heard rave reviews about this class. If you want to know more about the contract, or you don't know anything, you want to know about the contract, please jump on this class, it's fabulous. Paige.
Thank you, I need to take just a second, we are going to, switch things around just a little bit for, the listing lifeline class. It's not really a class, it's a mastermind, and, it has been exceptionally helpful to a lot of people in this room and people that are thinking about coming in the future. We are moving the, frequency of it. It will be the first Tuesday of every month. The first Tuesday of every month, and it's held just outside this door in the little vestibule out there in front of my office. And from 9:30 to 10, bring printed information about your listing that you would like to go over. And I'm telling you, I've had people that have changed their write-ups and changed a little bit about their listings, and they're telling us we're getting positive feedback constantly. So come and bring your listing. To get the positive feedback, we need more than a week. So once a month, first Tuesday of every month. The next one will be next Tuesday, because that's October 1st. And, not October 1st, but anyway, the first Tuesday of the month. And we'll do that through the holidays, and then we'll reevaluate after the first of the year. Thanks for everybody that's coming. It certainly has helped me, and I think it's helped a lot of people that have come and brought their listings.
People be willing to do that, and guys, what a great way to invite a recruit. Hey,
Oh,
how about
yeah.
your listening? I mean, do you agree, Paige?
Absolutely, bring a guest from another office that is having difficulty with a listing that you're aware of.
Thanks for hosting that. That's really
Yeah.
good.
Give me a hand, guys. Just bring the fabulous guys, and I love you for doing that, okay? The Shoe Drive, Arthurine.
Oh my goodness, thank you guys so very much. You have just knocked it out of the park, and we appreciate it. So they are gonna be picked up today. But Billy has already said, I'm so sorry I didn't bring my shoes in. So if you have extra shoes, bring them in, and I make sure they get to the raffles, okay? Okay, but thank you guys for your generosity.
Thanks for organizing.
Let's give a hand, y'all. That's part of our culture. Life's Rules and Ages only coming up, Success on the Rocks, every second Thursday from 5:30 to 7:30. So it's gonna be Thursday, October 9th, which is next Thursday. So guys, please put that on your, the first one was a big success. Thank you for, Sean and staff for making that happen. So put that down on your calendar, okay, guys? Spectacular event, guys, this is one of the best things that we do. And so now please put this on your calendar, October 29th. It is a fabulous thing to invite your clients to, or bring your family to, guys. We'd love to have the place so packed that we almost can't have any more parking. So guys, please put it on your calendar. It's a great place to bring your clients in, for you to call and say, that's fun for you to come to. Come and bring your grandchildren, which is really a fat transaction. So you count October 29th.
Same place, right?
Same
Scout
place,
Park.
right, yeah, right down here. Right, guys, so guys, this is one of my favorite things to do, is get people about their first listings. So these people have their first listings, let's give them a hand. Jenny Dowling, yes, who has the first listing?
Wow.
I do, I got lots of
Always
lists.
have them on your Facebook.
Exactly right, so first list, guys, congratulations, Jenny, I'm proud of you, Kate. Nor, let's hear from Nor, come on, Nor. Come on, Nor. Congratulations, Nor. Your first listing. Let's give her a hand, guys.
Three.
Whole photo shoot.
Listen, guys, listen, guys.
First of all, so I come in, I don't have an office here, but I come in periodically, and Nor is, she's sitting in the workstations, she's talking to people and this and that. So the other day, last week, you remember we were back there together, and I asked you about business, and you told me about your first listing. You guys, it was over $1 million. So that is awesome. I mean, that's a little extra special.
Yeah. Yes.
Nora's coming, and she set the standard, guys, for first listings and capping quickly, guys. Let's get ready. Where we go. All right, now, next is first closing. Who remember the first closing? I do. I got a lot more in there, Tom. My first closing, you get a payday.
Yeah.
Now, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? That's your first payday. Come here, let's get a picture of you.
Hold up your payday.
Yeah, show your picture.
Oh, it's upside
Is it
down.
upside down?
Yeah.
Thank you. Since my publicist, my way, they can doctor.
Yeah, do like.
Jenny, I'm sorry, went the wrong way.
It was Nora again.
Yep, one more.
Yes, your first payday. Let's give her a hand, guys.
Good job.
Thank you. Angela Harris, for it, Angela. All right, now this is also one of my favorite things to do, and that's the cappers, guys. They just, it makes me smile. And guys, we got a little bit behind because we were trying to figure out a different format, but we had no figured out, so we're gonna go back to this till we have a new way of doing it. So here we go, guys. Cappers, VidCat. Meredith Bush. Stuart, way to go, Stuart. I'm proud of you, brother. Kenna Dolls. Good job. Good clap there again. Congratulations. Allison Gale, come on, give her a hand. And I did still want these cats because they're blue. Let's get a picture right up.
He just messed up.
Guys, thank you. Congratulations. Kelly, where are you, Kelly? Let's get Kelly a hand. Brian, way to go, Brian. I'm proud of you, Brian. Congratulations. David Sink, way to go, Cap, way to go, man. That may be his first time cap, way to go, David, I'm proud of you. Lisa Swan, capping again, way to go, Lisa. The Bashira team capping for the 29th top. Way to go, bring in Phil, way to go, guys. Gina, yeah, Gina. She caps again, come on, Gina. Again, I like it.
Yay.
100% I like it.
Can I just hold it?
You can't, so I'll let this here.
Lots of joining that.
Yeah.
Come on, Irene.
I did it already, but you guys can.
I like it. I used to like the blue too, I'm a blue person.
And you have blue ones.
All right, Lori Greenwald, yay! Come on, Lori. What year did you come here?
2012.
2012, I think 2012.
Something like that.
Congratulations, Capping, I love you, Lori. Congratulations. All right, Lilia, yay, Lilia. Lilia, you've been here since what year? Huh? 06, let's give her a hand, guys. Really fabulous. Thank you. Thank you, Lily. You've got to cap again. Kathy Rayler, yay! I know you will. Congratulations. Here you go.
Oh, Eric's gotta get it.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Come on, Brenda, yay! Who in here has had one Brenda's delicious cakes?
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Well, guys, now her cakes are not cheap, but they're the best.
Team meetings like this.
They're the best. Yeah, way to go, Brenda, I'm proud of you. Joanna Smith, is Joanna here? Joanna, guys, Tanner Thompson, way to go, way to go. Stephanie Venable, let's give her a hand. I'm coming to your caravan, Stephanie. Clicks and tricks, come on up, let's give her a hand, I think she's fantastic. Great luck, community.
Good morning, you guys. Okay, I have one tip for you as always. This is one of my favorites. I know I say that every time, but this truly is one that I have to take to heart. Social media can get really complicated. You know, there's high editing, or there is all sorts of stuff that kind of can feel like a lot of pressure on you to feel like you shouldn't be posting because you feel like you can't post those kinds of videos, when in reality, most of the time, simple is better. I have seen so many things, especially TikTok. I really emphasize this because some people will hold up their phone, take a video in like 2 seconds, post it, and get 4 million likes. And some people spend 8 hours editing a video and get 2. So one of my best tips is if one of the reasons that you're not posting is because you feel like it's too simple, or you feel like you just don't quite understand the heavy editing, you don't have to post that. It's not for everyone, and it doesn't work for everyone. So if that's one of the things that's stopping you, don't let that be the thing holding you back. Just start simple. And I also have a video that someone posted, this Clapton's video. Something like this is really great, and all she had to do was hold up a lead, take a video, and make some video. And something like that is wonderful, especially for fall. So I just wanted to highlight that because sometimes simple is best. And this was also just really cute. So if you guys want to be featured in one of the social media tips, keep posting and tag us so that I can see it. And you guys can be featured in videos like this. So that is all that I have for you guys today.
Let's give her a hand, you all. What I learned, guys, at the event, where we were for.
San Antonio.
San Antonio, thank you, exactly right, my brain's going away. Anyway, was that take pictures all the time. Just take them all the time, take them to the grocery store, and checkout counter, take them any place you want to take them, because that may be what you'll post. It's very simple, guys. So is it better to post something that's not perfect rather than not posting at all? Yes. Just post anything, just have fun, because you'll be surprised who may follow you, okay? So this is Sean's motivational minute. I think we'll save that one for next week. And then do it, guys. Do you know where Sean is right now? His little boy has leukemia, as y'all know. And so he is the one that takes his son, who is he 3? Is he 3, I think, 3 or 4 only? And he takes him to his chemo treatment. He hasn't had him for 2 years. But what I loved about Sean, when the first time I met him, was that he said, oh, by the way, my son got leukemia. I went, ah. He said, oh no, we're gonna be fine. He said, we've got a great treatment, we know what's going on. Sean has always had the most incredibly positive outlook about what's wrong with his son. It's amazing, and it's contagious. So he takes his treatments, his son takes his treatments. He's got to have another year, I think, you guys. That's what he said this morning. He says, I'm striking out be a team meeting. I said, no, we're going to be a big percent, right?
Yes.
So he's a great guy, and I know he would cover your prayers on that. Anything else, Kimberly, at all? All right, guys, thank you. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention that, October 8th, next Wednesday, from 11 to 2, at the Supreme Head offices in Alpharetta, there's a 3-hour CE class for credit fundamentals with Lisa, our credit guru. So if you have any interest in that, just talk to me about it. And then the government shut down tonight. I'm not sure if anyone's aware of it, but that could impact some things. There's supposed to be a report on Friday about employment. That is probably gonna be postponed if the government shuts down, which is expected to. The Fed's depending on that to figure out what they wanna do with rates. So there could be some volatility. It's gonna be probably very temporary, but rates could move a little bit in the next few weeks as they're figuring out what's going on. And some of the loan products may be affected with the government shutdown. So I'm gonna look into it, see what if any of our products might be, I'll let you know. But if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out.
Thank you for sharing.
Yep.
Anything left for the close? Last but not least, yesterday we had a great bowl day. And we had several of our people that are at the top of our office side of the bowl. They said, we want to have a new look, a new vision on stuff. Guys, if you want to spend the next 5 weeks growing your business, and you're interested in doing something different, and maybe trying a different way, please don't let money stand in the way. There are a couple that have stepped up that's offered to give half scholarships. So guys, if you want to go to bowl and it's just a money problem, we will figure that part of it out, because guys, you will finish the year strong and start next year strong. If you attend bowl, if you're happy with your production right now, God bless you. If you'd like to go to bowl still, it starts next Monday. The second session is next Monday. We should not miss anything yet besides the grand opening. So please see me or one second, and we will get you to the right place. Yes, ma'am.
If you're thinking about family reunion, which is actually in Atlanta for the first time in 15 years, I think it is. It's saying early bird pricing at $899. Will expire in 16 days. So if you're thinking about it, the price is only gonna go up more. So jump in. But yeah, that's in February.
You'd be glad that you went. There's no, you don't have to stay downtown this time. You can go down there and stay.
You don't have to pay for airfare. You don't have to pay for hotels.
It's a good time, good family. Thanks for reminding about that.
Yeah, and there's lots of tracks. So if you're a new agent, you just want to know about listings, you can just do a whole bunch of listing classes or a whole bunch of fire classes or whatever it is that's important to you.
Did we enjoy today, guy with the policeman?
That was
Thank you. Thank you.
Marla,
Thank you all. Hey, guys, we are dismissed. Thank you so very much.